Hello, I'm Jim from Come Play With Us, and in this video I am going to be playing Mistborn, the deck building game. This is a 1 to 4 player game that you can play cooperatively or competitively, and is based on the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, which is one of the main reasons I was interested in this, because I'm a huge fan of the novels, so I was kind of interested to see how the game played. I'm also a big deck building fan, so, and a John D. Clare band, so all those things kind of mixed together make me really interested in how this game plays. And so yeah, I thought I'd give it a try. So I'm going to be playing the solo / co-op mode. You can play this solo or with multiple players, and in this mode, you are fighting against this guy. I can't remember his name, but there is only one boss to fight in this game. So this is the bad guy you're going to be fighting. And he's got this kind of two parts here. You start, this card just basically is used as a slider for the effects that he's going to make. So he starts at this top level, and he'll be like kind of leveling up as we go. And so the main goal of the game is to defeat him, and he starts with 48 health, and so you want to defeat him before he defeats you, is basically it. He's got a big stack of cards that you will be going through, and the main goal we're going to be doing, you don't really want to attack him right away because he heals rather rapidly, unless you complete these 3 missions that are at the top of the board here. So for each of those missions that's still incomplete, he generally heals 10 points of damage. So unless you can hit him really hard, really fast, you really need to complete at least 2 of those, if not all 3, before you can defeat him. Now this works like most deck building games. Your starting hand, there is some slight asymmetry in the game, so you do get a character. So I'm going to be playing Kelsier, and I have my own special ability here, which is whenever I burn steel, and I'll talk about what that means in a bit. I can generate 2 damage. And the last 2 abilities are the same across all the players. So the second ability here is once per turn. When I buy an action or an ally, I may resolve the top effect immediately and then eliminate it. So that's kind of an interesting thing in this game, is that, as you get later in the game, maybe you don't want to buy, you've got a good deck going, you don't want to kind of muddy it up with extra cards and stuff like that. That ability will let you just kind of execute abilities on cards in the market and then remove them, so they're not going into your deck. So that's kind of interesting. And this third one is anytime you burn ATM, which is a kind of like a wild resource in this game, then you'll do 3 damage and move up 3 on the mission tracks. These are kind of levels, so you don't have any of these abilities at the beginning of the game. You've got this player board here, and you're starting at this level here, and then kind of as every turn you're going to move this up 1, and there are some cards and bonuses throughout the game that will also bump this up. And your abilities become available as you move up the track. So the first level 1 ability, your first ability, won't become available until you get to here, and then level 2 is here, and then level 3 is here. The other thing this track controls is how many of these metals you have up here you can burn per turn. At the start of the game, you can burn 1, and then as you move up the track, you get to 2, 3, and then eventually 4. And the other thing the track gives you is it does give you ATM near the end here, so there's kind of 3 or 2 spots here where you'll get an ATM token, and then if you get to the end of the track, every turn after that, you'll be generating an ATM. And these are a wild resource. You can use them for any of the metals, and also some of the really powerful cards use ATM, which is a kind of like a one-time resource. So normally the metals, the normal metals that you have, you use them during your turn and they refresh at the end of your turn, but the ATM is kind of a instant one-time use type of metal. Okay, so your standard deck will start with the other asymmetry here is you do have 4 starting cards for each of the characters, and then then 6 of these kind of just garbage cards that usual deck builders that you start with that just give you money. So shuffle those up. So it's a 10-card deck, very standard deck builder that way, and then draw up 5 cards to start. Okay, so I have 36 hit points to start the game, and the boss has 48 I think you cap at 38. I believe that is the cap. Okay. So I'll go over the rules as we start the game. It's pretty simple. When you start your turn, the start of your turn, you're going to level up, and I'll probably forget that. This is the one thing I always forget is to level up here. But the start of your turn, you're going to move up one level on your level track there. And then you're going to do your actions. When you're done your actions, then in the normal game, you can target allies, which are these cards here. And if you've ever played something like Star Realms, you'll understand how these work. These are like the bases in Star Realms. So you can, at the end of your action phase, you can target any of those around the board. Of course, playing against the boss. The boss has enemies that work kind of like that, so you could target those. And then the last phase, basically in the multiplayer competitive game, any leftover damage that you didn't assign to allies would go to the targeted player. And in this solo co-op game, any leftover damage would go to the boss. The Emperor, I think he's called, or something like that. I can't remember. Okay, so the other thing is you always play, it's one of those deck builders where you always play your entire handout, or or they just get discarded at the end of the turn. So yeah, and there's no point in holding cards back. I think I'm going to move this up, see if I can get this into shot better. Better idea here. Maybe I'll move this off to the side. That's not super important, especially at the beginning of the game here. And that way I can just play my cards out here so you can see them. And then I can go over kind of how these cards work. Okay, so one of the hooks of this game over a regular deck builder is you need to spend these medals to execute the cards related to that medal. So you can see I have 3 different colored cards here. And the other thing about these medals is they're grouped, so they're pairings of medals. So you can see this card uses steel, which is this one, but it belongs to this family of metals of iron and steel. And so if you use it, you can either use the card for, and the cards are multi-use, so you can either use the card for its effect, which in this case is doing 2 damage and giving you 1 gold. I think it's gold. Or boxing, I think it's called, or something like that. So you can either use it for its main effect, or you can spend it to use it as a medal for another card. And when you do that, you use it for this effect at the side here. So even though this is a steel card, it does provide metal for another card in the grouping. So that's important to note. So you kind of want to, it's kind of like Star Realms in that way, where you want to focus on kind of groupings of cards, because they'll combo into each other. You'll be able to use like the iron cards to power the steel cards and vice versa. So that can be very helpful. Also, so there's this card here. Also, some of the cards have special abilities when you use them to pay for other cards. So this one, you can see it does 2 damage if I use it to pay for another card, or it has its main effect. The other thing you can see on some of these cards require more than 1 metal. So if you spend 1 steel for this card, you'll get this effect. If you spend 2 steel, then you'll get both effects. You cannot pick which effect you want to execute. It has to be, you have to execute this effect first before you can execute that effect. You can't just pay to execute that effect. So that's another nuance. And then the way the abilities and some of the allies triggers, they'll say if you are burning, which is using the metal. So these things kind of trigger anytime you use that. So you're not paying the steel to execute this special ability. It's just anytime I use steel when I'm playing cards, that will trigger. So that's kind of how that works. So you see things will kind of combo together. Now at the beginning of the game, I can only use 1 metal. I've got 3 cards here that take metal though. So how do I execute those? So I've got a decision to make here. So what you could do is you could just execute 1 of those and then ignore like 2 of them. Or I could still actually execute all 3 of those. But I could actually execute all 3 of these cards by doing what they call is flaring. And how's flaring work? Well, basically I can take, instead of just spending, say I was going to execute this one. So I put my steel on here so that I'm only allowed to spend 1 per turn. But I could flare these metals to use them, and what that means is I'd take my tin and I'd flip it over, and now it's flared. And I take my zinc and I flip it over, and now it's flared. And what that means is at the end of the turn, normally your metals would refresh and go back to your board. But the flared ones, they still go back to your board, but they cannot be used in my next turn. I have to unflare them in order to do that. So how do you unflare them? You unflare them by spending the metal, another card that gives you the metal of that type. So you discard that card, and that will unflare it. So you're kind of borrowing from the future, in essence. And I kind of like to flare my metals at the beginning of the game, so I am going to flare both of those metals. I am now, if I'm going to be true to my character here, my character kind of is a steel, kind of belongs to that group of metals, so maybe I will focus on these and I don't care about the other metals so much. Usually I try to concentrate on 2 different groupings of metals and kind of ignore the rest so that my deck kind of synergizes together. So I think I will flare these 2 and use this one, and then try to buy the blue cards. Okay, so that's basically how that. So now I would just, all these cards would be active, and so they would give me things. So this would give me 2 damage and a gold, and then I get a gold for each of these. This lets me move up 2 on these mission tracks. This one lets me move 1 on the mission track and gives me a gold. So that's what I got. So I usually do the mission stuff first. Okay, so how does that work? So you got 3 mission cards here, and you start off the track, and there's 12 spaces on track of each of those things. As I move up the track, there are bonuses to get, and when you're playing solo, you get both bonuses, but normally in a competitive game, whoever gets to the bonus spots first gets an extra bonus. Because I'm playing solo, I'll get all the extra bonuses because I'm not really competing with anybody to these. And when you get to the top, whoever gets to the top first gets an extra bonus that you see here, and then you'll get this ability at the top. Now for this Keep Venture mission, the ability at the top is a permanent ability, so for the rest of the game, every turn I'll just straight up gain an extra 2 coins, so that's pretty awesome. The Canton of Orthodoxy, when I get to the top, one-time ability, I get to eliminate up to 4 cards. So eliminate is just kind of pruning your deck. That's how you prune your deck. So this one will let me, this whole mission is about pruning your deck. As you can see, the bonuses are pruning your deck. This one's all about money because you're getting money. The last one here gives me a permanent ability that I gain 2 damage every turn. So that could be pretty useful. So I usually try to focus on 1 mission at a time. The coin one is very good because it allows you, of course, to buy more cards. The damage one would be probably a good late game one. At the beginning of the game, I don't even bother attacking the boss because, of course, he fully heals until you finish the missions. So I think I will concentrate on this one. This is kind of a in-between one because this one will allow me to burn cards, but I have hardly any cards in my deck right now, so I'm not really in a position where I want to start burning cards. So I'll probably focus on this one. So total here, I've got 3 bumps up that track. So I'm just going to simply move 3 up this track, which brings me almost to the first bonus there. Okay, so next I gotta look at the money. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I got $4 to spend. You can also buy these boxings, which carry over to your other turns because you can hold those to the side. So you can buy these at a 2-to-1 ratio. So sometimes if you just want to save for a future turn to get a big card, you can buy some boxings. But there is a nice 4-cost blue card here. Let's see what this one does. This one will let me do 2 damage and pull 1, which means move a card from my discard to the top of my deck. So that's interesting. And then if I spend 2, I can draw an extra card. And the key thing here is I can do damage when I use it as to pay for things. So that's pretty good. Although the damage isn't super important at this point. This one is more interesting actually because this one lets me move up my level track faster. So this, I think I'm actually more interested in this. Although even though it's not efficient because I mean, there's no change in this game, and I can't buy anything for 1, so I'd be kind of wasting the 1 coin. But this is a nice card, and you do have to worry the boss does burn cards in the market, so I can't think that that's going to be there next turn for me to buy. So I think I am going to buy this one, and when you buy cards, they go into your discard. So I'll put my discard over there, and as soon as you buy a card, the next card gets pulled, and oh, that's tough that came out now because that's a big ATM card. So these are some of the powerful cards you can get when that use ATM. The other interesting thing is they give you ATM when you use them So these are pretty awesome cards. Of course, to use them early game, you probably need 2 of these cards so that you can use one to power it, because you don't really get 18 until later in the game. But yeah, this one is a pretty powerful. It costs 8, but that one I'm not likely going to get a chance at buying because the boss is probably going to take that. Okay, and then so that's it. I've got $1 left over. I can't spend the $1 on anything. So now we move to the end phase where I could target the minions, but there's no minions out yet. And then so the last 2 would just go to the boss. So I do 2 damage to the boss, but she's going to heal that up. And then now we go to the boss's turn, and all the boss does is he flips a card. And there's a few things we look at this card. So the first thing is the dominance. So that means they're going to move 1 level up on the dominance. So you basically just slide this down, and then it'll have an effect. The first effect that I've unveiled at the top here is no effect, so it doesn't do anything. And then we go on the next part. It says the player with the most health takes 2 times or 2x damage. So that's the x damage is the dominance value. So you go to the highest dominance value right now, which is 1. So that means I'm going to take 2 damage. So I take 2 damage. And then a different player heals X, so that means I would heal 1. Or it says a different player. I believe because there's no other players, I wouldn't heal because it would be somebody else. And then, of course, the last part here, the Lord Ruler heals 10 for each uncompleted mission. They're all uncompleted, so he's going to go back up to full health. So it's almost not even worth tracking his health at this point. And this bottom part shows you which cards get burnt from the market. So you can see he's already taking out that Adium card. So he's going to burn these 2 cards here, and then they'll refresh. Okay, and that's it. That's how easy it is to play the boss deck there. Oh, and of course I forgot to draw up my next 5 cards, which are mostly funding. Okay, so second turn. Oh, yeah, and I didn't refresh anything. So this goes back refreshed. These are flared, so I can't use those until I unflare those. These would just go into my discard. So now my turn's over, and we go to the next turn. And so I get the rest of my deck, which is going to be mostly funding cards. So I just have this copper one here, so I might as well use that. Oh, and don't forget to bump up my level. Okay, so yeah, I could do 2 damage, and then I've got $5 to spend. So this will be an easier turn. This card is still here, and it's still nice, but I did reveal a blue ally. Allies are nice to have, so what does this one do? This one, anytime I burn steel, it's going to do damage, and if I burn another steel, I can buy an eliminated card. So I could still get that card. It does block 2 damage, although the boss will just target these guys. He'll usually just eliminate these guys. He'll target me all the time unless I guess I have a defender, which is kind of like if you've played any Magic or anything, it's kind of like the taunt card that people have to attack the defender before they can attack anything else. So this one is interesting. I've got 5, so I could buy this one for 3. There's no 2-point cards, and then I could get a boxing. So I think I'm going to get this card. I think it might come in handy later. So the cards you buy go to your discard. Okay, so I get to see them. So I still have 2 to spend, so I get to see the next card, but yeah, it's too expensive. So there's nothing here I can buy, so I'll buy a boxing. We'll save up for next turn. And that's it for my hand. And then the boss, he's going to move up once on the dominance track. So the effect here is each player flares a metal or takes 3 damage. So I have to flare a metal or take 3 damage. So I guess I will flare another metal. So I'll flare this one here. And next thing that's going to happen, collectively, players must flare X metals. So I got to flare another metal. Oof. It's not good that way. And then the Lord Ruler is going to heal again, but he's at full health. And then he's going to eliminate the 2nd card and the 5th card. So this one and this one. Okay, that one refreshes. Okay, so now my deck is empty, so now I need to reshuffle my deck. Okay, so here's what I got this time. Okay, so I got that one already, so that's nice. Okay, so beginning my turn, I move up on the level on this track. So now I can burn 2 metals. So I'm up to the second level there. Yeah, so that's pretty good. So what I could do here is this one takes steel, so I could spend steel here to move up a level on the track. I think I'm going to do that instead of 3 damage. Like I said, damaging right now is pointless. But if I burn a second steel, I can move 2 on the mission track and do a damage. I don't have another steel to use this one, so I might as well use this one here as the second steel, and then I can execute both of these. So that's how you do that. It doesn't have a special ability when I use it that way, unfortunately. So I'm going to move an extra on this track, and I'm going to move up 2 on a mission. So I'll continue up this track here. So I've gone past this bonus thing, which gives me 2 coins. I've got an extra 2 coins to spend this round, plus the 3. So I've got 5 coins to spend. And, you know, I'm just going to keep focusing on blue here. So this one's 4. I do have 6 if I use this one. So what does this guy do? There is a 6 ally here and a 6 dominate. So maybe I should look at these. This one's ongoing when drawing my hand. Oh, this one just gives me straight up an extra card while he's in. That is pretty nice. And what does this one do? This one is a brass card. Soothe 2, which means I can limit. Okay, so this helps me prune my deck and move up the mission track. I mean, moving up the mission track is pretty important in the co-op game. And then lose, if I spend 3 brass, I can lose all my mission points for the round and gain damage equal to the amount that I lost. That's a good late game thing when I don't need to move up the mission track anymore. I think this will let me convert mission points to damage, but I don't think I'm very interested in this one. I think I am gonna burn that and take this card. I think that's a good card. Okay. The boss is moving up on the dominance track. Okay, so now he's at level 2 there, and each player is going to take 4 damage. So I go down. So you can see you go down quick on the damage. I probably need to find some healing cards at some point to beat him. And then yeah, he heals again, but of course he's not. So this one's not doing much besides that. And again, I'm limiting the 2nd and 5th cards. Okay, I've got my first allied I've drawn, so I'm going to keep him over there by my player character, so that should keep him in track. So now every time I burn steel, I can do a damage, and if I burn 2 steel, I can buy an eliminated card if I have enough money to do so. Okay, so what do I got left here? Okay, so the copper one is available. Oh, I forgot to move up oh, and now I'm at a level 1, so now my special ability comes into play. So now if I use steel, I'm doing 3 damage, so that's pretty awesome. The only one that's not, so the zinc and the pewter, or the tin, I've flared. So I'm going to discard both of these, since I can't use them anyways, to unflare those 2. And then I can use the copper for that one. So basically I'm just going to get $2 here. So probably can only buy a boxing. There's no $2 card out there. So I'm going to buy a boxing. I could do 2 damage to the boss. I'm not going to waste my time doing that because he's just going to heal. So that's it for my turn. Okay, and then now the boss. Okay, so we got our first minion, basically. So we got an Inquisitor, Enforcer. So when this one's revealed, we place it in front of the player with the most health, which is me. And at the end of my turn, from now on, I'm going to take 2x damage. And to defeat him, I've got 2 spots to defeat. So X is what the dominance is at, which is at 2 and 3. Then you have to do full damage there. It's not part. So I have to take. You can take these out separately. So I have to do a full 3 to take that out and a full 2 to take that out. To take this card out. So I'll stick that there with my ally. So not that one I got to worry about. The good thing about when you draw one of those guys is you don't level up the boss or hit any of those abilities. Oh, and I do got to burn market cards, so we're doing the 2nd and 5th again. Oh no, we didn't. What am I talking about? We just got the ally, so that we don't do anything else. Okay, so I've got two cards left in my draw, so I gotta shuffle. Okay, so now I've got something to damage. So damage cards will be. Probably want to get a steel card out because I can do an extra 3 damage every time I burn steel. 3. Okay, so level up 1. Okay, what do we got here? I didn't get any of my steel cards. Well, I do have 2 damage card though here. So I do remember I can spend 2 now a turn. So I'm gonna spend this one and the copper. And I'm moving up 1 on a mission track. Which does give me another bonus, so I do get an extra 2 gold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total if I spend my boxing. And you can buy more than 1 card, right? So we've got this rescue one. That's for 4. I think I'm going to buy this one because it's a nice card and it's sticking to my blue theme. So I still have 4 to spend. I get to see the next card before I buy a next card. Oh, and it's another 4 cost one. Ooh, that one's really nice. So maybe I will go copper bronze for my other ones. Or I could keep concentrating on blue here and get this crash card. You know, this one's been sitting out here long enough. I think I will get the crash card. And so that spends all my money. So that's 8. What did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta spend my coin on that. Okay, and then I have 2 damage left. So I will do the 2 damage. Start working on this guy. But I did not defeat him. So at the end of my turn, I'm gonna take 4 damage. Oof. Might be a short game if I don't find some health cards. Get my health back up. Okay, what's the boss doing this round? Okay, dominance is moving up. So the player with the most health takes 6 damage. That would be me. Oof, I'm down to 20 already. And that's all he's doing. Oh, no, sorry. Take X damage and flare metal. So I'm taking another 2 damage, and I got a flare metal. Oof. Not doing good. And I got a flare. So I just unflared something. Yeah, maybe let's flare this tin. Oh, that's probably coming up. You know, I don't think I have any brass cards, to be honest. Maybe I'll flare that one. Okay, so refresh. Okay, so moving up 1 level. Okay, so I got my 2nd ally. So now I'll be able to draw extra cards every round. 1 extra card as long as that guy's around. Watch, the boss will probably eliminate this round. Okay, so I probably want to use this one. So I'll do the same thing I did last time. So this one takes steel. So I'll use steel on him. I'll use this card. to pay for that one. I do want to eliminate this guy because this guy's hitting me every turn. I need 3, so unfortunately I can't use the level up here. I'll do the 4 damage, I guess, and the 2 mission points, so that takes this guy out. Move up 2 mission points, which does give me another bonus 2 coins, so I do got quite a few coins here to spend. Oh no, I guess I only have 4 because these I only got 2 there plus 2. Yeah, so I got 4. Oh, wait a minute. Did I have an... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I didn't have to use this because I forgot. I flared steel, so that triggers my ally and my special ability. Yeah, so I'll do the level up instead because I don't need the extra damage. So I'll do the level up instead. Yeah, I can't forget about these because on steel, both of these trigger when I'm burning steel. Okay, so I've done that. So I've got $4 to spend. What is there out there? Okay, so there's this. I am really interested in this card. So that might be the second thing I focus on. I'll maybe focus on bronze and copper. I do really like this card. So I'm going to buy this card. 4. And that card does have a heal on it, which I really need at this point. Okay, so we got a new boss. We got an Alicia here. And this one, at the end of my turn, I have to discard a boxing, which is one of these coin tokens. Or I take 4 damage. He only takes 3 to hit, so... I mean, I could just buy a boxing to avoid taking damage from him if I can't eliminate him. Okay, so we got 2 cards left. And remember, now I'm drawing 6 because I got my ally in there. That gets me draw an extra card. Okay, I can... Okay, so I'm moving this up. So now I can use 3 metals. Although I don't have anything to use 3 metals on in this round. So I'm just using a tin and a steel. And of course, when I use steel, triggers both of these guys. So I do have enough to eliminate this guy. Although I guess I should do this in order because that's kind of like happens at the end of the turn. So I got 2 mission points here. So I'll move up here again. That gives me another 2 bonus dollars. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got $7 to spend. $7. Whew, that's a nice damage card, but it is red, and I'm not really collecting red. Oh, and another one of these that lets me move up. You know, that's pretty good. Moving up on the track is pretty good. So that's going to cost me 3. How much should I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7, so I still got 4 to spend. 4 to spend, and that's not part of the ones I'm collecting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get 2 boxings with the extra with $4 I have. So I don't really like anything that's out there right now. Okay, that's the end of my turn. So I've got enough to kill this guy and to do damage to the boss. But like I said, I'm not going to bother wasting time damaging the boss because he's just going to heal every round. I'll wait till we're done some missions before I do that. It's the end of my turn, so it's the boss's turn. And we got Edict here, so it's moving up the dominance track. And this one says, all player allies with more than 2 shield are defeated. Oh, both of my guys have 2 shields, so I have no allies with more than 2. So they survived that. Each player is going to take X damage, which we're at 2, so I'm going to take 2 more damage. Need to start healing. And of course, alert healer heals, which is why I'm not bothering damaging him. And then we're going to eliminate the last 2 cards. So these guys. Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot to refresh my cards. These are gone. All right, here's the new ones. Oh, okay, so I got this one. Ooh, so that lets me level. Okay, so first I'm gonna level up. That one, oh, I've got 2 levels. I could go up 2 levels, but I don't think I'm going to, because I do really need to heal. So I'm gonna use this one to heal. There. Okay, so I can use 3 medals now. And what does this one play? And I can play this one off turn to reduce incoming damage to you or another player by 3. Well, that's not too bad. So I could use this during the, well, I don't know. I guess I could hold this in my hand. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how this would work. I understand how this would work in a multiplayer game, but yeah, in this version of the game, I'm not quite sure how that would work, but I don't want to use that anyways. Now I could have used this to pay for that, but I have 3. I can use 3 medals. So I can trigger 2 of these cards. I'm definitely gonna do this one, the steal. Don't have an extra, yeah, unfortunately none of these give me steal to do the second part of this one. Extra damage is not going to serve me right now, so I might as well trigger this one here. And is it any of this flared? Although I could use this to unflare. Oh no, but I can use this to unflare the bronze, so I can discard this one. That will unflare the bronze here. Okay, so this one I'm going to use to level up again. Okay, and now I'm here, so this gives me an ATM. Those are useful. So these are, I could use this as a wild metal or to power ATM powers. Probably don't want to start using it till I get to level 3, because when I get to level 3, whenever I burn ATM, I get the extra 3 damage and 3 mission points. So definitely want to hold off on that for a bit. Okay, so I used that one. This one gives me 1 up on the mission track. So I'm almost done this first mission here. And this one I'm using to heal 3. So I'll get me back up to 19. And I have $3. Looks like I have $3. Anything good for $3? Oh, and I do have 2 coins here, so I could get something up to 5. There is a defender here. These guys aren't bad. He kind of soaks damage because he's a defender. That means opponents may not target your health nor your non-defender allies. They have to take out this one first. So he could soak some damage for me. Yeah, I might as well do that. Okay, so that's it for my turn. Now the boss. Okay, so we got another bad guy here. This one's, if I'm level 2 or higher at the end of the turn, I'm going to take 2x damage, which right now would be 4. Okay. Well, he takes a lot more damage to take out, but I do a lot of damage if I can burn steel. So if I can burn steel, I should be able to take him out. Okay, so next turn, I got 2 cards. Shuffle my deck. Okay, so moving the level up. Oh, I got my level up card again. Although I might want to use that one to attack this time. But let's see how much damage I'm doing. So this guy does a decent amount of damage. I've got lots of steel here. Okay, so this one, move up to 3 cards from your discard to the top of your deck. I got nothing in my discard, so that's useless. But it does do 3 damage. That one takes iron. So I can spend 3. So these are iron ones, and this one's a steel one. So I could actually execute all 3 of these. This one lets me draw an extra card if I spend 2 iron. Don't think I care about that. And both of these have pull effects that I can't use because I have nothing in my discard. Although this one gives me 2 damage when I use it to buy another card, or to pay for another card. So yeah, maybe I'll do, even though I have enough to pay for it. Since I can't execute these both, this only does 2 damage if I execute. So it makes more sense to use this to pay for this card. So it'll give me the 2 damage. and then use the steel. Although I could use it to double, maybe it's better to use it to pay for this one. Actually, smarter. Pay for this card, because this one takes 2. If I get 2 steel, I get this bonus here, and then I can use the iron on that one. That's a way smarter move. Okay, so what do I got here? Okay, so this one's going to take 2 damage plus 4 damage. So I need 6 total damage to take that guy out. This one gives me 3. This gives me 2. Whenever I trigger steel, I'm getting 3. So I can take this guy out without using the 3 damage from this top level ability. So I'm going to use that to level up to level 3 there. Okay, and then I'm going to get 2 mission points. So I'll get to the top here, which gives me 3 extra coins. And now every turn I'm going to get 2 extra coins. And then I'm going to start, I might want to start pruning my deck at this point. So I'm going to start up this track with my second mission point. Okay, now we got the money. So I've got, what did I get? $3 extra there? $3 extra. $3, $4, $5, $6, $8 to spend. Ooh. And I burnt 2 steel. So when I burn 2 steel, my ally here, I may buy an eliminated card. I have $8. I'm going to buy that ATM card that got burnt a long time ago. This one, because I got the ATM. So yeah, I'm buying that one from the eliminated deck with my $8. Using my special ability there that triggers because I burnt 2 steel. Okay, and now all that's left to do is to assign the damage. So here I've got 1, 3 from that one, 3 from that one, so I got 6 damage. 1 from there, 7, 2 from there. That's 9 damage to do, so 6 damage takes out this guy. And I still got 3 damage to assign. He's still going to heal 20. Because he basically does that heal. Well, unless I draw a monster, he does. I'm going to do the 3. We are getting into because I've taken out 1 mission now, and he hasn't drawn a lot of allies. There is the off chance that it could start taking his health down, especially if I jump up that track really fast. Okay, so Edict. No, he's fully healing. Okay, he's moving up 2 dominance. Oh, that's nasty. So you trigger both of them. So the first one, the player with the least health takes 5 damage. I'm least in most, so I'm taking 5 damage. And now he's at 3 level here. And then each player may take 4 damage. If they do, they can draw 2 cards. I am not doing that. And then he's going to heal, and then we're discarding 2 market cards. So he's back up to full health. And we're eliminating this card and this card. Okay, let me refresh my stuff. Okay, so level up. I want to get that ATM card into my deck, or my hand. 2, 3, 4. Oh, another guy there. 5, 6. Okay, so these are both copper, so I can't use them both. So I might as well use one to pay for the other. Or I guess I don't have to do that. It doesn't really matter. But I will anyways. Just use that to pay for that. So that'll let me heal. Got the zinc here, so this is not going to be the greatest turn. I do get to move up 1 mission point for that. I'm going to use this guy to heal, so I'll heal 3. Stay in the game. This guy is going to move up 1 on the track here. Moving up very slowly. You got to start moving up there faster because the game really escalates. And now every turn I get an extra $2 because I finished that first mission. So I do have $5 plus these 2 to spend. I haven't spent those yet. $5. What do we got here? There's not really much out there that I like. There's this big damage card, and that does combo with this. So what have I got? I got 5, so I got to spend a boxing. I'm gonna get that card because I really haven't concentrated. Well, I guess I was doing copper, so I'm kind of diversifying too much. I probably stick with bronze and copper, but that is just too nice to pass up, I think. And you can flare cards and stuff, so it's not too bad to diversify a bit. Okay, boss's turn. Okay, so we got another Inquisitor here. At the end of my turn, I'm going to... I must defeat one of my allies or take 4 damage. So these guys are getting... Put that up there. Can you see that? It's kind of off camera, but we'll remember he's there. Okay, so refresh. And as you can see, as you get later in the game, even though you can use more medals, sometimes you just don't need them. So it's not a huge deal, really. You know, you tend to use 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have to shuffle my deck, so let's get that ATM card in here. So we got here 4, 6. Oh, there's the ATM card. Okay, definitely using my ATM on this. It's gonna be a big turn here. Probably use this one to pay for one of these other cards because it gives me 2 damage when I pay for a card. So I'm gonna use that. Oh, I could do the double steal move. Do I care about the double? This is probably better to use. My second steal. Well, oh no, I'm gonna use the double steal on this one, just because this one's moving up mission points. So instead of doing that one, and okay, so I can use 3 coins. And yeah, so I'll use this one here. That'll get me lots of mission points this round. And I'll use this guy to level. Well, how much do I need to take out this? So this guy, I need 6 to take that guy out. So this is giving me 2. This one's giving me 3. Oh yeah, I've got plenty to take this guy out and more to spare because remember, I'm triggering those things with my steel. Okay, let's do mission first. So this one's giving me 5. This one's giving me 2. This one's giving me 2. So 7, 9 mission points. Plus, when I burn ATM, because I'm past level 3 now. When I burn 8... Did I move up on that track? I always forget if I moved up on that track or not. I think I did. Okay, 5, 7, 9... and then I burned ATM, so I get an extra 3. So 12 mission points. So I can finish a mission on this. So I think I'm going to finish this one, because this one does a ton of damage. So this one's going to give me bonus damage. I'll count that up at the end. But I'm just going to out and out finish that mission, because now the boss is only going to heal 10. So I can start hitting him now. Okay, so that's the mission points. Not going to worry about damage yet. Just going to worry about buying stuff. So I got 1 coin here. Oh, so I got to use this one. So I'm going to do the level up here. Moves me up to 4 coins I can use now. So okay. Oh, I didn't use this card. So can I use this to... No, I can't even use this to unflare anything. Yeah, coins are... I've got 3 coins because I always get 2 per turn automatically. So I just got this one guy here. It gives me an extra coin. So I've only got 3 coins this round. What do I want? Anything worth paying 3 for? I don't think there's... although I'm also past level 2, so I can just trigger a card for the 3 coins. So, I might just trigger this one here. This one costs 2, but this gives me... Well, it only gives me... Well, it gives me 2 damage plus 1 health. So I'm going to trigger this one. Okay, which will give me more damage. So I'll take the 1 health now, and then we'll count up all the damage that I'm going to do here. So I'll take 1 health. Okay, so now it's damage time. Okay, so I've got 2 from here. Because I flared ATM, that's another 3. So that's 5. Let's discard this because this one's confusing. I didn't trigger that one. So 5. This one I triggered both. So, oh no, I can't use that because I used it to level. 5, 6, plus the 2 here. 8 damage. I didn't use pewter, right? 8 damage plus the 3 that I get for using steel. So 11 damage plus all the damage from here. So 11, so I got a bonus. What's the bonuses on there? Oh, these let me defeat allies. But I wonder if that translates to defeating these guys. Like, are these considered allies? I should check that in the rules. No, those are called adversaries. Okay, so what did I say? Had 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. The ATM is 11, and then these bonuses. So 12, 11, 12, 14, 17, 18. So I have 18 damage to assign. So this one's going to soak 6. So I've still got 12 damage to assign after taking that guy out. So 12 onto the boss. So now he's down to 36. Not bad, not bad. All right. Okay, boss doing here. The boss is moving up 2 on the dominance again. So now this card flips. So that's 1, 2. Defeat all players' allies. Oh, I lose all my allies. That stinks. And each player may flare any number of metals, then take 1 damage for each unflared metal. I don't really want to flare metals, so how many undamaged I'm going to take here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. I'll take the 6. I'm really counting on the fact I'll be able to take him out pretty much soon. And then he's going to heal 10, because he's only got 1 incomplete mission now, so he's going to heal 10. So, you know, I still got some damage left on him. I guess I can't do 46 damage in one shot. Okay, so this one I burnt, so I should have... Oh, I forgot the 2 damage from this one, so actually he should be down another 2, actually. I forgot that I burnt that card. And then these 2 here. Okay. Coming down to the nitty gritty here. Okay, so the ATM is burnt because that's a one-time use thing. Okay, these are discarded. 1, 2, 3. I only get 5 cards now because I took out my ally. That sucked a little bit. Okay, so I get another ATM. So I want that ATM card back again. Oh, I got my heal card here, so I definitely want to use that. I can use 4 metals now. And I definitely want to always use steel. And I probably want to do the double steel. Oh, this one's iron. You know what? This does 3 damage though. Yeah, I'm gonna use iron and steel instead of doing the double. I think because this, you know, I kind of want to shift to doing damage here. Oh, this is the 6 damage with the pewter. But my pewter's flared right now, which is really annoying. Now I could use my ATM. You know what? I'm going to use my ATM on that. Because that's 6 damage, and when I burn ATM, I get another 3 damage and 3 mission points. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then use my copper. I could use this copper. Can I do a double copper? Double... Yeah, I could use an extra card. I'm just going to use the card because I'm not going to be able to execute both these cards, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm healing 3. Healing 3 on that one. Is it worth leveling at this point? I mean, the faster I level, the quicker I start generating more ATM, which is pretty good. But I think I'm in like damage now mode, so I'm going to use the damage from this one. So I'm just going to use all the damage. Okay, so this one gives me 2 coins. Oh, and this one also I may move up to 3 cards from my discard pile to the top of my deck. Ooh. What do I got in here? Do I have... Well, you know what? Oh, I don't want to pull all my allies back. Oh, this ATM card. Well, you know what? This ATM card is not super useful. Like, it does the mission. Yeah, I guess it would give me that last mission up pretty good. But, you know, I get my steel push back. Let's get my ally back. Do I want anything else? And then draw extra card guy back, maybe? Put these at the top of my deck. Set up my next turn. Okay. Okay, coins. I used the 3 health. 2 coins here. I get my 2 per turn. So that's 4 coins. 4. I'm at the point where I'm just going to start executing stuff. So I'm going to spend my 4 coins on this card here. So that gives me another 2 coins, which I can't spend. So I'll use those 2 coins just to get a boxing. And then I can eliminate up to 2 cards. Now, when you're eliminating cards, you can eliminate cards from your hand or your discard. I have nothing in my hand, so I'm going to do my discard. I'm going to get rid of fortunately, I don't have any. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of these 2. Okay, so eliminated those 2. Okay, so I'm done spending my money now. Oh, I did have 2. I could have gotten that one or executed that one. You're the lowest on the mission track. Draw a card. Okay, so let's see damage. I got a lot of damage here. Now remember, I got an extra 2 every turn from that. So 2, 5, 11. I'm using this one for damage this time, so that's 14. I used that to heal. 14. Plus I get the 2 for burning steel. 16 damage I'm doing. Oh, plus the 3 from the ATM. 19 damage. All to the glorious leader here. 19 damage. So that brings it down to 25. Did some big damage. I mean, he's going to heal up. Oh, did I generate? No, I didn't generate. Oh, I do, because I burned ATM. I do get 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that lets me eliminate another card. So, do I have any base cards? Yeah, I'm going to start. Yeah, I'll just eliminate this one. Start getting rid of the low level cards. Okay, so the leader. Oh, that lets me eliminate 2 cards. So yeah, I guess I'll take out the starting cards. Okay, so this one. Okay, so we got a new baddie. You may not attack the Lord Ruler. Oh, now I gotta take that guy out. He's got 8 damage on him. That's not nice. I mean, at least the Lord Ruler didn't attack me. That's 5 cards. Leveling up 1. This is going to be a lesser turn because I put those allies on top. I have to get these allies in. Okay, yeah, so I'm definitely doing these 2. That's about all I can do. Because I've got no way to get an extra steel going. Okay, so mission points. I'm just doing 1 mission point here. Move up 1 here. Play money. I get an extra 2 from my mission, so I got 4 money to spend. And roll. There's not really much to execute here. Even. I guess I can spend. Oh no, that's 5. I guess I can spend a coin here. Spend a coin to execute the top ability of this, which is to move up 2 mission points. Okay. So that's it for the mission, the buying and the mission, and so we're just down to attacking. So I could use this to level up, but I think I'll use it for the 3 damage instead. So I get the bonus 2 damage every turn now because I finished that mission. So 2 plus the 3, that's 5, and I've got the double thing. That's another 3. So I got 8 damage there. So I'm basically just taking this guy out. Kind of have to because I can't attack the Lord Ruler while the guy's in play. And that is it for my turn. Lord Ruler, of course, is going to heal double dominance. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, so 2 dominance. The player with the most health takes 10 damage. Ooh, that hurts. I'm down to 5 health. He's probably didn't take me out now. Players take collective damage equal to the number of players multiplied by 5. So that's it. I take 5 damage. I have no way to soak that. That's game. Oh, well, it was kind of close. I mean, he was down to, well, he's going to get healed here, 35, basically. So, I mean, I probably needed a couple more turns to beat him. But yeah, this game can be difficult if you don't get some healing cards. I didn't really see much healing come up here. You know, if I could have gotten up that mission track a little faster, I guess I could have had a chance. But yeah, that's how this game plays. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, you know, the one problem with the game, of course, is there is only one boss. So hopefully they'll, you know, this game gets enough interest that they'll get an expansion where we can get more bosses. I think would be nice. You know, for the co-op solo game, of course, it's not used in the competitive game. So, as usual, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.